goes into verse 3. Oh. It got cut off. So the group. Hello, my name is Lisa, and today I am here with a video analyzing lyrics. Now, I don't really see videos like this, so I think it'd be pretty cool to actually do it and tell you guys what I think the lyrics mean. You guys can hear the song that we're going to do today is BTS's We Are Bulletproof, The Eternal. I went in depth with a lot of it, and I know in the On music video reaction that I did, I didn't want to really talk about it, but we'll talk about it today. It kind of ties in with the lyrics of The Eternal, so I hope you guys enjoy. Let's go. Okay, start with. Okay, so in the first verse, it's Jungkook and Taehyung sing. We had nothing but dreams, nothing but foggy mornings. When we opened our eyes, we stayed up all night to dance and sing the endless music sheets. So, how I wrote it, when I was first doing it, I didn't think of like verses at first, and I wrote stanzas, as in not paragraphs, poems. So I wrote that in my little notes and I forgot to change it. So I feel like for this first verse, they are talking about their training days, of course, and how they always dream. Every idol dreams about being a big group, a group that inspires others, and they want to be very meaningful to a group of people who will support them and like stuff like that. And then as idols become a little bit bigger, their dreams expand to Japan, Rainfire, the UK, and even America. Like, they dream about going, stuff like that. The line that says, nothing but foggy mornings when we open our eyes, to me sounds like no matter how many times they continue to open their eyes, there's this dark color that's always blocking their view. They don't have any idea what's ahead of them or what's gonna be in their future, so they're kind of like taking it step by step, but it seems to be the same thing and it doesn't change. If you look at the lyrics for Bulletproof 2, in the first verse, Jungkook says that his scale is nationwide. It kind of happened. And that he pulls all-nighters to practice instead of going to school. And while everyone else is having fun, partying and getting sleep, he's working hard to work on his dream. So he's in the lyrics, it says, I gave up my sleep so that I can pursue my dream. Just in saying, like, I'm gonna trade you this and in return I'll get the dream that I want. So yeah, moving on to verse 2, which is Hoseok's verse. It is, we bravely shout, throw all you have, first fight with the world, don't want to die, but so much pain, too much crying, so blunted blades. This verse to me tells me that they're fighting against the world and that they're commons and they have to keep a strong image just so that everyone can be like, oh, okay, like, don't they get a lot of hate? I don't get it. No matter how hard it is for them, they are able to push through. In the chorus of Bulletproof Part 2, Taehyung sings that he will show the haters that he can do something as well, as he keeps sharpening his edges, as if like he's trying to shape himself to their criticism and their hateful comments towards them. Which it just really ties into the lyrics, because it's just saying like, no matter what you say, I will keep going, and yeah, I'm gonna take your criticism and I'm gonna make it so that I can make myself better and I don't have to feel like I'm not good enough. In the pre-chorus, it's oh, we were only 7, but now, oh, but we have you all now. After 7 winters and springs, at the tips of our intertwined fingers, oh, yeah, we got to heaven. I keep messing up. So for the pre-chorus, what I was thinking, it's gonna be a long stretch on how I connected everything together, but for this one, it looks like they're reminiscing, oh, got it, on how they felt. They were always alone and they never had anyone else but each other to really rely on. But now they have their fans called the armies, and they're holding hands with their fans, and they just made their way to paradise, something that looks better than what they were first looking at. If you really think about, like, I really thought about it, and if you really think about it as well, their on music video really shows the pre-chorus, or just like we got to heaven. You see in the music video, Taehyung has this little girl, which a lot of fans have looked and they're like, oh, like that little girl can represent armies, because in their music video for, I forget which one, it was with Make It Right. There, it was just drawings, but it was like a little girl with blonde hair and then an image of an idol. I guess you can say it's Taehyung. And then in the on music video, you see that same representation. So then a lot of fans connected the 2 and 2 and just said like, yeah, it was a fan. It was to represent armies. And then you see Jungkook, who's constantly running in the on music video, which just kind of seems to me that he's running away from something, and he keeps looking back at this wall, and it's as if he's running away from the world or from the cruel comments that he's continuously seeing. By the end of the music video, you see the little girl, BTS, except for Jungkook, and then a bunch of people behind them, as if it's to represent more than just BTS armies. It's like everyone else who supported them that they have in mind, and a place that looks really dead, as if there's nothing in there or nothing to it, and you kind of just don't see much. And then you see Jen release a bird. The bird, to me, I think is a white dove. I didn't really look into that. And if you really think about the dove, there's a lot that goes into the dove. So yeah. As he lets the dove go, it changes the scenery of everything, and it adds like beautiful nature stuff, a lot of green. It brings everything back to life, and it just looks like paradise to compare to what they were used to looking at, which was that everything looked dead and that there was no nature, no green, nothing looked really alive in their eyes. Before this scene skips to BTS walking up along that hill or that big rock, you see Namjoon hold up his hand and make a fist, as if saying in the culture to keep going, and where am I? And to keep fighting, or to encourage the others that they can keep going on even though it seems like it's really hard. By the very end, BTS is walking up the top of that hill or that rock, and it pans out and you see BTS, and then in the distance they're still walking, and then you see the 7 white doves flying over, which I think to me represents the 7 members. And if you don't know, the dove can symbolize that they are innocent, pure, and have goodness, and are, oh, that's what white represents. And then they're let go to be free of who they used to be and how they used to be seen or viewed in the public's eye, so then they're no longer stuck in a cage as if they can't do anything, and they're let go to be free to be whoever they really want to be. And since they are walking up, I really thought about this one. They continue to walk up, and it's as if they're walking up to the sky because it's so high compared to everything else, or as if they're walking up to heaven or somewhere higher than the rest of the world, and they're putting like everyone else's thoughts underneath them as they continue to climb up to better themselves. Then you see Jungkook in the back just admiring his homes and just like kind of walking, and then he slowly starts to run either towards them or past them as if he realizes that everything is in the past and that he's in a better place now. And then at the very end, I brought up the no more dreams to dreams, and I thought that it meant that they had stopped trying to achieve, or that they were just told like, you don't have any dreams, like whatever you want to do, there's no more of it, stop trying, like no one's gonna care. But now they're able to achieve their dreams, and now they're gonna keep achieving their dreams. Boom. Okay. Done with that one, on to the chorus. So in the chorus it says, this first line sung by Jimin, it says, throw stones at me, we don't fear anymore. To me, I thought that it could mean people kept saying bad things to them and that they just hated BTS and whatever kind of mean comments people would say towards them, and they would read it and they would fear, but then they soon realized that they shouldn't fear those comments instead, and that, you know, they don't have to really do much, that they should use the comments to better themselves. And then I was thinking that those two lines really did show character development. I feel like with every member, if you really look back into when they first debuted to where they are now, a lot of them had a lot of character development. And then in the chorus of Bulletproof Part 2, Jimin also sings, throw a stone at me if you've done as much as I did, we go hard, we have no fear. So it kind of resembles both of the chorus that was sung by Jimin, that same part. But I feel like this one is just kind of like, oh, if you've done the same thing as I did, you know, like throw a stone at me, but instead now the stones are comments that are hate comments towards them, just trying to pull them down, even though they don't know much about them. And it just says the same thing as we have no fear. So they've been stepping forward more and more and more with the world, not having a fear, even though it affects them in one way, they don't want it to affect them, so they will keep going and have no fear towards what they have, or to what other people say, sorry. Another one, the next one is we are together, bulletproof, yeah, we have you. Now, because they are together, they know that they are actually bulletproof to all the wounds that they have received from the haters. They know that they are stronger together with their fans as well. So if you really look at it, they're a lot stronger together than they are individually. So then with the hate comments, they're able to keep pushing through, and then fans are also able to help them go through that as well. So yeah, and the next one says, even if winter comes, even if it blocks off, I will still walk. For this, I was thinking that it's an obstacle, and with everything that comes good comes a really big obstacle for you to go over, and it affects you, but it will make you to keep trying, and then you'll keep pushing no matter how hard it is. So I think that it's really nice. It's just saying that no matter how many times you fall, you should always get back up and keep trying, even when it literally pushes you down to your last straw and you just want to give up. You should still try your very best to make your way up and go towards it, and to continue and keep pulling through no matter how hard it is. the very end of the chorus says, we are forever bulletproof. Yeah, we got to heaven. Again, it just brings up heaven, meaning that they're in paradise and that they know they have everything together as seven and with their fans. Then, what's the Sugar, I called him Sugar. Yoongi's part says, we are bulletproof. We faced the negative looks and did it. Bad memories, numerous trials. We bravely blocked them all bulletproof. This is showing that BTS and ARMY are bulletproof together. Like, if you put the two together, they're able to achieve things together. Despite all the hate that they have received and all the hardship that they went through, they are able to keep pushing past it and put it behind them and block them out and not really listen to it. I think that it shows that they aren't afraid anymore because they have each other and they know that they can rely on each other and stand up for each other. And it's just something to help them after they've been knocked down. A really good dance that I just really thought about it right now, it just popped up into my head, is BTS's I'm Fine. If you really look through their dance, each time a member is down, all 6 of them go and help that one member up. So no matter if one falls, all 6 will come back to help them up, even though it's the hardest part. So go check that out. It ties the two together. I was thinking of this and my mind just went to blocking out the haters. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I will insert a video. Okay, next is verse 4. There you go. It is Namjoon's verse. He says, I always think, am I still dreaming? Is it really spring that came after the long winter? The name that everyone laughed at, that was once embarrassing. This is the iron-proof bulletproof. Okay, so for my explanation, I really thought about this one and I have a lot that ties in and really connects to what he was saying here. So as a lot of fans have already pointed out, Namjoon has gone through, I believe the biggest character development. He had no confidence in himself, as I can say. During concerts, fans would yell for everyone else and he'd get like the smallest yells. I think it, like when I watch certain videos, it's still kind of like, oh, like that's kind of sad, you know? And it didn't really hit him that he had as many fans as everyone else as well until the Love Yourself tour, which I think was really nice because for him, when it was his turn to talk during the Ment, I think that's what it's called. No, I don't know. During that part, he was gonna talk, but then there was so much screaming and he was like kind of confused, like, is that for me? Like, are they screaming for me? He even had to turn back and like look at the view and just be like, am I really on camera? Is that really me? Are they screaming for me? So I think it just kind of shows that he's just really gone really far in where he is as a person, and that, you know, he shouldn't have to worry about what people really think of him. Boom, boom, boom. And so, I mean, for any leader in any K-pop group, they doubt themselves as a leader, and I brought it up because I couldn't like as you watch someone, you can kind of tell like their confidence, if like the way they stand or present themselves. He tries really hard to present himself as a really positive person, as someone who isn't affected by the things that is going on or what people are saying about him, and he really doubts himself as a leader, a rapper, and even some like as person or someone in a group, in his group specifically, because he isn't the strongest dancer. He isn't, I don't know what people really say about him. He isn't the strongest dancer. Oh, he isn't the like I would say, in certain people's point of view, that he isn't the most attractive member out of all the other members. But like, really, you guys are missing out on my Namjoon. Okay. But I mean, to me, he's very, very valuable to BTS, and I would say that, you know, he continues, oh wait, to him, everything that continues to happen to them as a group, he keeps wondering, like, is this for real? Like, are we really here? I think what's like a big thing that I feel like he would wonder is, like, did we really just get onto the Billboard Hot 100? That's a big one. Going to the BBMAs, going to the Grammys. Is it the Grammys? Yes, the Grammys. And then like even going to the Late Late Show. I think that's what it's called, with Jimmy Fallon. Going on the show with James Corden and everything. It's kind of like, is this really happening? He questions that as well, and just wondering if it's really true. And that line goes in with, is it really spring after such a long winter? And it just shows that they still really doubt themselves after such a long time. Now going into actually explaining, is it really spring that came after the long winter? So spring means something new, love, hope, youth, and growth. Yes. And Namjoon is still wondering if they really did receive all the love, and how everything just seems so new to them, and how much they've grown as artists, regular human beings. What else does he call himself? An artist? I don't remember, but it is in his speech at the UNICEF. So yeah. Knowing that they're still young at heart, and that they still have the hope to be better than they were before, so you're always working on yourself from the day before, and just knowing that today is a new day, and you shouldn't dwindle on what's in the past or what's already happened. Winter meaning harshness, silence, death, ending, and detachment. Detachment, that's what I meant. Okay, to them, they felt like they were walking on an isolated path in the winter time, feeling alone and hearing absolutely nothing, just silence. And it's just like they don't know when the harsh comments are gonna stop, or when they're gonna get the next like scandal or whatever happens that would just affect them. They just felt really detached from the world and not understanding what, like, where everything's at or what people want from them. They were just kind of by themselves. A really nice scene that kind of pops up into my head that has that winter path is Spring Days, that railroad track where it's snowed on but it's flat, and then it's, yeah, it looks like a path, and it's absolutely it's not absolutely, it's, oh my, I can't think of words. It's empty. There's no one there. There's no nothing. It just looks so alone, even though there was, I don't know what's in the image. Probably I'll put the image in somewhere. I can't think of what. I can't think. Okay, the next one that I thought of is the name that everyone laughed at that was once embarrassing. This is the Iron-Proof Bulletproof. So this meaning that everyone made fun of their name. So a lot of fans already know that BTS in Korean is 방탄소년단, and if you translate it into English, it just means Bulletproof Boy Scouts. I mean, a lot of fans already know that. If you're a big fan of BTS, or if you're just now getting into them, you probably already know that. It's just one thing to know if you don't know their name. I know what to say. But for me, I was thinking that it was just like people are always talking about them and just saying like, oh, that's such a childish name. Like, they never really thought about what it really meant. And I took the direct translation of Bulletproof and Boy Scouts. So it just, if you really think about it, BTS, they're all honest, friendly, and lack a bit of experience. But they know that they're able to resist the penetration of a bullet. So no matter if they're honest, innocent, don't know anything, have no experience, they're still able to push through. And even though people are shooting so much hate comments at them, they're still able to figure it out and push through it. There was another meaning to it that I found, that is the Bulletproof Scout will protect the teens from the bullets of prejudice and pressure. So I think that's another really good one, because with their music, they always talk about going against the flow and just going past whatever people say about them or how they feel. If they felt like the world was against them, that it was alright, and that BTS would be able to help them get through it. Wow. So next is just the pre-chorus and chorus again. I won't be talking about them since it's just a repeat of the lyrics. If you are interested or you didn't understand what I said about it, you can go back, rewatch it, try to understand it a little more about the pre-chorus and chorus. But yeah, moving on. To the bridge. It's the I don't know how it goes. Yeah. But it's, oh, I will never stop again, for we are together here. So for these two lines, I thought that I was thinking of when Jin had publicly announced at the Mama 2018 Awards, when they won an award, that the group was experiencing some difficulties altogether, and that they were doubting continuing as a team. With this album, if you guys don't know, it took them quite a while to finish the album. Within creating the album, they took a break from each other, about a month separated from each other, and then after that separation they came back together, and they were able to share their new inspirations and regain their confidence to finish the album. With all their doubt in themselves and their group, they were able to take a break and come back together and kind of share their experience with each other. I think it's very strong, and it just shows that you've grown. Even though things are hard, you're able to step back and realize, okay, I just need some time to myself and to focus on myself before I can continue stepping forward with what I like to do, what I really want to do, what I don't want to give up on yet. They say that they will never think about stopping again, that they're going to be here for each other again. I think just like with that line, I feel as if we have to think about groups that disbanded. Groups like Sorry, I'm looking around my room for posters. I don't have much up. I have to think again. BAP, AA, Madtown, and Dalmatian. They all disbanded, and they still keep connection with each other. I know Dalmatian does. If you follow any of the Dalmatian members, they do still follow each other. They don't, do they still? DMNT? I think that's what DMT, I don't know what it's called. I don't know what this is about. They shortened it, but I'm gonna call them Dalmatian. If you don't know who they are, it's okay. They're quite an old group. I believe they're generation 2 or 2. They are an old group, but I know that they still keep in contact with each other. One of the members is planning to have a solo album come out. He says that he's working on it. I only know this information because I watched a video of Edward Avila. He's like a Korean beauty YouTuber, and he had a video with the 3 that I named, Dalmatian, Madtown, and AA, and one of the members, he was just saying that Dalmatian plans to release music with them all together again, and I'm like excited about that. That's so off topic, but yeah, okay. Bringing it back to the topic, that even though if they do end up disbanding, we have to think about groups are not going to stay together forever. Even if they're doing so well, they're gonna have a moment where they're just gonna be like, okay, I just think that we all need to focus on ourselves. We're gonna disband, yes, but when we're all ready and when we're done focusing on ourselves, we can come back together. Another group that really fits well into that thought process, to me, I think would be Shinhwa. They disbanded for a long time, and then now they're back, and yeah, they're quite old, but they're still able to do the same things, just not as vigorous anymore, and it comes with age. It's not a big deal, but that's a good example of no matter if they separate, they will always have each other's back, and they'll always like rely on each other no matter what. So yeah, don't give up on them even after they've already disbanded, because you don't know what's coming up their sleeves. Maybe some of them still are gonna produce music, so just have that in mind when they're doing it, or when it happens. When they're doing it, what? The next line is, tell me your every story, tell me why you don't stop this. So this small line reminds me of Namjoon's UNICEF speech. I would like to ask all of you, what is your name, what excites you, and what makes your heart beat? Tell me your story. I want to hear your voice, and I want to hear your convictions. No matter who you are, where you're from, your skin color, or gender identity, speak yourself. You can literally analyze his speech and go like on and on about it, but I feel like this just really tells like they just want to know. A lot of K-pop fans, they say like BTS saved me, GOT7 saved me, Astro saved me, ATEEZ, Golden Child, BP, B2B, like groups like that, like they've saved me from, I don't know, whatever. So you know, they just want to hear your story. They want to know. Oh, sorry. They just want to know like what's up. So this line to me just means that they're interested in what you're doing, or interested in what armies are doing, or interested in what armies have to say, because sometimes when you're interested in K-pop, people don't want to listen to what you have to say, or like why, or how things happen, or how like, oh, like BTS was really interested in knowing what ARMYs come up with their music video, or what they think about their music video, and they're always all ears for that. Going on to the next line, because I read it all. Actually, I paraphrased it. Okay, the next line is, tell me why you still walking with us. Yeah, we got to heaven. So for this line, I was just asking and wondering why. Wait, this line is just, this line is just asking and wondering why they still have fans, or kind of doubting themselves again, and just asking like, why are you still continuing on this journey with me even though I feel like we aren't as good? Like, they're still doubting themselves. It's not just Namjoon who doubts himself as like a leader or a person, a part of the group or the group. Every single member, they doubt themselves on almost anything and everything. They're just wondering how, like, doubting and asking like, how do we have this much love, and like how they got where they are right now. I also heard, I don't have the app called Weverse or whatever Weverse is. Sorry, I don't have it. But I heard that both Taehyung and Jin are pretty active on the app thingy, and it helps keep the dialogues between the fans and the idols, and it just keeps the fans and idols connected together, and it helps create a really good relationship with both international fans and Korean fans, so that it can translate to both English and originally Korean, so that fans can talk to them. They're just wanting to know why fans are still listening to them, and I guess like kind of how they help them, how BTS has helped the fans in any sort of way, like something small. They are just interested in just wanting to know about the opinions of the fans. So yeah. Again, the chorus, and then the outro. The outro is, yeah, we have you, and then it repeats, yeah, we are not 7 with you. So by the end of the song, oh, that came out like blah, blah. So by the end of the song, Jungkook repeats, yeah, we are not 7 with you, just meaning that without their fans, they don't think they would still be 7, as I brought up earlier about them like debating on whether or not to stay together as a group, and that without their fans they wouldn't have learned to love themselves and speak themselves. In one of their songs, I don't remember what song, but it's a song that they say like, because of you we learn to love ourselves, that there's so many reasons to love myself, no matter how many people tell me that I'm not good enough or whatever. So yeah, I have a brain fart, so if I figure it out I will definitely post it in the description of the song. That fans probably already know and they're gonna gas me on that. And it can also be interpreted as BTS not being 7 but 8, because of having their fans they're able to feel complete, knowing that the fans make them complete. So then, you know, if you think about it, maybe like in the On music video when Taehyung had that little girl and he was holding her hand, just representing the armies, if you watch the On music video, it's all of BTS except for Jungkook and that little girl still next to them, so it's like 7 plus the armies, so that's 8 instead of 7. So the meaning of, yeah, we are not 7 with you, so including you, we're not 7, we're 8. Oh. Okay, just some extra topics about their either album or the music. So something about the album Map of the Soul 7 is just a celebration of their time together, and a chance to set out their intentions for the next years to come. So they've been together for 7 years and they're wanting to stay together for a little bit longer. If you go through the songs, like the way that they did the set list, it really shows that the progression of them like wanting to be better. 7 was Seven was chosen to combine 2 comeback ideas, which would have seen the Map of Soul trilogy completed as Persona as their intro, Shadow as their trilogy. Shadow I think is their trilogy, and Ego as their outro. So those are all by the rappers of BTS, if you guys don't know. But it's also like a progression of a character, their persona, and then their shadow, and then their ego. So if I really do want to, or if this does good and it gets a good response, maybe I'll continue doing analyzing like lyrics and maybe recommendations, because I'm a blind person, so I don't really know what to talk about, you know? And yeah. This song is just something, I think in one of the lines, I don't remember which one, it's for the armies. It's just a heartfelt message to them, to armies who are aware that they've been through, and also puts to bed the feeling of doubt and insecurities that occupy the first half of the Map of the Soul 7 with renewed determination and confidence. So then if you like, again, as I said, in the music and their album, the way that they had set the music order, and as it goes you listen to it and it's kind of like, oh okay, like I'm going through an emotional roller coaster ride. So it kind of starts from the bottom, then it starts to go up with their music that they have in there. Another one is that BTS and ARMY are inseparable. I was about to say irresistible. Does not make sense. So they're inseparable. Their mutual love for each other is truly bulletproof. BTS was protected by their fan base through all the rough times that they had as their once their career started, but during their rough times that came during their career. A lot of the comments, such as racist comments, xenophobic hate, plagiarism accusations, and homophobic and sexist remarks on them or towards them. In a Korean media outlet, Big Hits Entertainment CEO Bong Si-hyuk has expressed his gratitude for the armies and came to defend them when people had said they were too aggressive. The quote that he said was that they are called the armies, but they are not aggressive at all. We have lots of male fans, which we are very proud of. I mean, if you watch fan cams of their fan meetings, when they see a male fan, it's kind of like, oh, and it's like, okay, like, let's go. But I feel like people shouldn't criticize armies as being like too aggressive, because it's only a small amount of them. It's not everyone who's like extremely aggressive about certain things. And I feel like the image that we see of fans really is the fans that don't know how to give BTS their space when they appear at the airports and stuff. When you get crowds like that, you see, I mean, not even just armies. You have fans like the eyeglasses, or carrots, or dobis, or arohas, or stays. I mean, like, so many fans. There's a lot of fans where, if you really think about it, they're a little aggressive. But the image we see of the fans, we can assume off of a certain group of people, and it shouldn't be portrayed as, oh, they're too aggressive. They're not aggressive, it's just the people you saw are aggressive. Everyone else is not that way. So I feel like a lot of the things people, I hear it all the time, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, and everyone's judging armies based off of the people that they see on camera, and it's not, that's not them, bro. Like, there's a scale of 0 to 100, and the people who are at 100 are, oh, and the people at 0 are like, what? I'm not like that. So I think it's just like a good thing. Not a good thing, sorry. People's opinions are their opinions, and it shouldn't matter, but not every person that is a part of their fan base is too aggressive. I feel like we're always just gonna defend them because we don't know them, but we know more than you. So then we have to back them up, because why, I don't know, people say it all the time, why are you gonna judge a book by its cover? So it's the same thing, like, why are you gonna judge BTS if you don't know anything about them? If you don't know them, oh well, don't talk about them, don't call them names, don't be like, yeah, they're just some Asian mushroom head dancing. Yeah, at least they can dance. They can sing. So where you at? Okay. Another comment is, even though BTS came from a small company and barely had a voice, they stood tall and accepted all the criticism and hardship that they received from international fans, Korean fans, wherever kind of criticism that they received, and that they bravely decided to speak through their music and spoke their mind, and endured all the obstacles that came their way. Many BTS songs were about going against the flow, and meant that they're going against the flow if it really meant that they're going to be happy, even if they're gonna walk the opposite way that everyone else normally does, then it's okay. Even though it's gonna be hard and that you feel like the world is against you, you can still push through, and you should continue to push through, because you should do what makes you happy and not what makes other people happy. So yeah, I had this thought, I think I wrote it in here. Oh yes, and that outro just saying we are not 7 with you. I was thinking of the little catchphrase that Stray Kids say to their fans: stay, you make Stray Kids stay. So it's just like, because of you, I'm able to keep pushing through, and I know that I shouldn't give up because I have so much support standing right behind me, and that I can keep going. And it's with every K-pop group, no matter how hard it is, they know that they still have their fans, and that they'll keep pushing because they know that they have a support system behind them, and that there will always be hard times, but they can always push through because they have a very supportive fan base that's able to help them, and it makes them really want to continue on what they're doing and continue their music. Yeah, okay, I think that is it. I analyzed the lyrics. If some of you guys like look through it or listen to what I'm saying, or you guys actually look it up, if you guys are wondering, I did get the lyrics from Genius. I did take some of their like analyzation that they wrote in there, and I kind of used it in here as well. So but yeah, I think that is it for BTS. We are Bulletproof the Eternal. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and liked it as much as I did going through it. It took me about an hour to analyze everything and to figure everything out. So yeah, I think that's it. Please like, subscribe, and tell me your opinions about it. I'll see you guys in the next video.